So I kept coming back to the question, unless the fence was somehow linked to a two-state solution, with all the settlers leaving the West Bank and moving into Israel, and all the Palestinians in their own state on their side of the fence, I couldn't see how it was really going to solve anything. We traveled into the West Bank to find out what the settlers themselves think of all this. We visited a settlement called Migron, founded by a few young people just 2 years ago without any legal approval of the Israeli government. Avishai Ivry was one of the first members of Migron. He and other settlers refer to the West Bank by its ancient biblical name, Judea and Samaria. According to the Old Testament, this is the core of the original homeland of the Jewish people.
I'm against fences of all kind. I'm against this small particular fence, and I'm against the big fence. You live the heart of Israel outside the fence, Judea and Shomron and Jerusalem. And this is the real Israel, you know. So,
Avishai, I feel like I'm missing something. I mean, I feel like, I'm covering all these peace plans. They come and go, but somehow you guys know something that I don't.
I would say so. I would say you're missing a whole lot. You're looking at the small details, at the political plans. Politics doesn't make the history, okay? People making the history. This is a long, long story. It's starting from the Bible. Okay, this was our land, this is our land, this will be our land. For so many years, we were promised. We will be here, and whether our neighbors will accept us is just a matter of time, okay? And we have plenty of time. We have hundreds of years, but these things are deep. You have to study them, you have to learn them, you have to live inside them.
And it's what gives you the will.
The will, the power, and the right. And it's not just right, it's a mission, okay?
Avishai's outlook reflects the popular image of the settler as religious nationalist, living in some trailer on a barren hillside. But in fact, most settlers live in suburban communities like Ariel, a thriving town of 18,000 with its own university and industrial park located well inside the West Bank.
Thank you. Hey, Ron. Long time no see.
Ron Nachman, the founder and mayor of Ariel for more than 20 years, is an old acquaintance.
My God, it must be. Is there something in the West Bank I should know about? Is the water?
It's not West Bank, it's Judea and Samaria.
For Ron, the removal of his settlement is unthinkable, and the fence an unfortunate necessity.
In spite of the fact that you're from the New York Times,
That's right.
I give you a hug.
That's right. There's a few of us that they still hug.
I want to show you something. You see, this is Ariel.
Okay.
Ariel is 18,000, but there are about 50,000 Israelis that live in this area.
I see.
So when people think, oh, take those crazy people, the settlers, pick them up, send them back to Israel, because of few fanatics there will be no peace. And then people come and see a city, they say, we didn't have any idea about it, because the perspective of the settlers is that I have horns, you see? I have horns, I have a beard, I carry a gun. You know what I carry? 5 telephones. That's what I carry.
What is your perspective of the columnist? That I have horns?
You're okay. Your attitude since Beirut is against settlements and so on, but we shall overcome.
Okay.
We shall overcome. You see what I've done? Look how nice.
Yeah.
Looks good. From scratch, from 2 tents, I built the city.
Right. I have listening to you, Ron, and looking at Ariel.
Yeah.
When you read about the roadmap, do you have a good laugh thinking about all these diplomats drawing a roadmap? You're drawing a real map right here.
I'm a very serious person. You see, my perspective is different than what always been seen on the screen. All the settlers are the same. All the West Bank is the same. Everything it's not the same. That's a city. It's a secular city. It's like a new neighborhood in Orange County. 90% of the population, 90% are non-observant, not religious. We have less than 10% modern Orthodox.
I have one simple question. Do you have McDonald's here?
McDonald's? No. I tell you why. Mr. McDonald the owner of the Israeli McDonald's, is a peacenik, a Peace Now member, that he said that he doesn't want to open a McDonald's in the occupied West Bank.
No
So
golden arches?
Now, can you agree? Will you accept it in America?
No
It's
way.
impossible.
I draw the line at McDonald's.
Yes, so please let them know.
Since our visit, the Israeli government has approved construction of the fence to include Ariel and several smaller settlements nearby.